Where does the big dog eat?
The big dog eats everywhere.
Wherever he wants. We've got Brian Coutu in the studio today. And we're at a mortgage office. So it's not just a specific studio. This is Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. And we're really fortunate to have Brian Coutu in the office, in the studio today. He is a leader here at Fairway Independent Mortgage. He is making waves within the real estate and mortgage industry. And I just think you're a fantastic guy. I think you're a really cool dude. So I want to roll up the sleeves on just you as a person and the industry. How did you get into the mortgage industry?
Thank you for the kind words, by the way.
Oh, of course, man. And hold on, and we got to put this out there. We're also fraternity brothers.
We are.
How cool is that? Like,
pretty
we didn't
cool.
even AKEV, man. That's kind of cool about your work life as you continue to grow and move along. We found this out pretty early on in the career, so that just made me even closer with Brian. So
both Kappa Sigmas.
How cool is that?
That's funny. Yeah,
that's awesome. So how'd you get in the industry?
So I kind of just fell into the industry. Nobody wakes up and as a kid and says, I want to be in the mortgage business, right?
Fair.
When I first got into the mortgage industry, I probably couldn't even spell mortgage, right? I probably forgot a T or a G or something. But I fell into it just by, meeting friends and whatnot. And I saw a guy who is our SVP here, Justin Miller, and he's about how old I am now. So I'm 34 when we're shooting this, and Justin was probably about the same age. Mm-hmm. And he's a super successful 34-year-old guy. Makes great money. Seems like he lives a good life. Had a lot of freedom. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I was very interested in learning more about the business. And I tried to get a job working with him for about a year, and eventually he hired me on as an unlicensed loan officer assistant. And I picked up the phone, called people, did the dirty work, wrote a lot of handwritten notes. And that's kind of how, I got the ground running.
That's awesome. And that seems like a fairly similar story to other people. I don't think anyone who's over here at Fairway, like you said, just kind of fell backwards into the industry. Everyone here seems to be very experienced, very knowledgeable, an absolute resource for real estate professionals. And I don't think you're any different there. So that's awesome. I agree with you 100% about Justin Miller. We've heard the stories and we've interviewed Derek Fertig, but now you get to hear about the other SVP that's here, an absolutely fantastic leader, Justin Miller. So I'm looking forward to having him sit down one of these days so that you can get to know him a little better.
Yeah.
So usually what I do is I segue over to shout outs and to reaching out to people that you do business with. And I know people are going to see this video and they're going to recognize you instantly. You're probably doing business with people who are going to see this already, but you're also a leader here at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. And what I mean by that is you have a team. Right? You have grown to the point in your career where you are helping others grow in their career, which I've always said that's a testament to a person's character, is not only how successful you can become, but how many other people you can make successful as well. So let's talk about your team. First off, we'll introduce the team. Let's talk about your team, and then how impactful has it been to become a leader here at Fairway?
Yeah, so I kind of climbed my way up through the ranks as unlicensed loan officer assistant to licensed to becoming a loan officer to eventually realizing that I get a lot of joy out of helping other people get better. Mm-hmm. It's sometimes when you're working, it's hard to grasp onto something that drives you. And one of the things that drove me was helping somebody sit in the seat next to me, teach them, and then watch them flourish into becoming, great leaders themselves. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, our team is called the Coutu Mortgage Group after my last name. Mm-hmm. Not very original or creative.
That's okay.
But CMG has a little bit of a name in our market. Mm-hmm. People know who that is. And we have about 9 people on our team. We have an operations manager. Her name's Bridgette Torres. And she was the first person that came on.
That's awesome.
Right?
Did not know that. So shout out to Bridgette. That's awesome. Let's keep it rolling. Who else do you have on the team?
Yeah, and a testament to growing and watching people grow. Mm-hmm. Bridgette started as just a loan officer assistant, and she really took the position and created it. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of this year, this is kind of not a lot of people know this, she's going to go off and be on a loan officer on her own. So she's phasing out into a different level of her life, which I'm super happy and proud of. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's some big shoes to fill, but she does a great job.
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's and then exciting. we had hired German Tolentino, and then from there it was just more loan officers and more assistants that we kind of fed into the team, and we kind of the reason we built the way that we did is because we wanted to create a system where a loan officer could spend more time focusing on prospecting versus focusing on the nitty-gritty paperwork, so that they could hopefully grow their businesses versus always being on this real estate roller coaster.
I think that's fantastic. We were discussing that at another time, and that's become one of my favorite sayings here this fall. I don't have anyone to attribute to. It was something I was actually heading to Nashville, and I was on an airplane, and it just kind of popped off to me. I started writing it down. A goal can fail, but a system can scale. So everyone has goals, right? Everyone has dreams, of course, but if you can't rely on them, you've got to rely on systems. And then if the system is a little messed up or doesn't work, you can fix that. So that's fantastic that you bring up that point. It's extremely important to be part of a system, part of something that's bigger than yourself as just a one-person career, right? So you have a ton of support there. Well, let's name everyone really quick. Who do we got on the team? Let's kind of run through the names. I want to hear everyone's name that's on your team because they're fantastic people.
Yeah, so again, we have Bridgette Torres, who's our operations manager. And then on the operations side, we have Michael Owen. Michael Owen is our pre-approval manager. And you know what he does is instead of the loan officer spending the time pulling credit, reviewing the income, doing the worksheets, Mike does it for them. So it's kind of like a pre-underwrite, which is very unique. A lot of people in the business, they don't have this pre-underwriter, and we do. So we're very proud that we built that position out. And then from there, we have German Tolentino. German came over, and within 2 years, he went from I'm not saying he had no production, but very little production to building up to over $20 million in sales.
Let's go. And he's also a veteran too.
He's a veteran.
Is so cool.
He served the U.S. Navy. He's a great guy. He's a man of faith. And he's the longest lasting loan officer on our group.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful guy.
We also have Kim Viteri, mortgage teacher Kim.
We just had her here the other day. She's so much fun.
She's a teacher. She was a teacher, came into the industry. She's great. And one cool thing I love about Kim is she's got this bold personality. She can talk to anybody in the world and become friends with them.
Yes.
And I love that about her.
Yeah. And check out her episode because you get to know more about Kim. She has an infectious laugh. She is absolutely a wonderful person, but she talks about how she became that type of person, and that's wonderful. So check that out.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Yeah.
This is in no order. We also have Will Caban, the mortgage man.
He's from the burbs to the
from
the beach to the burbs. Let's go.
So Will, he's an absolute beast. He's this guy is just so knowledgeable and personable, and he's a great fit in our team. He serves a purpose for us, and we really help him with that upfront side as well. We have Edgar Gonzalez. He's in Ave Maria.
Ave Maria, very interesting area. If you're not familiar with it, you got to look it up. Give it a Google. It's worth a Google search just to kind of understand what has been built there, developed there, and what will continue to grow in that area. That's kind of, if I were to give a rudimentary explanation, it's west of Miami, but east of Naples.
It's the weirdest. It's literally a community that was plopped right in the middle of the Everglades.
The founder of Domino's or something like that, right? Yeah.
And they have a huge Catholic church there, which brought a lot of community there. So he moved his family there because it was affordable for them to purchase the home that they needed, but it's so close for him to be able to get to both coasts. Yes. So he has a lot of realtor partners in Miami, Broward, West Coast of Florida because it's a great central location.
It is. It really is. That's so cool. So shout out to Edgar.
Huge Panthers fan, just like Michael.
Yes,
so.
I love the Panthers. Hopefully we'll get out. There's a game that's going to be happening on September 22nd. Hopefully we can get some of the team members out there. So shout out to Edgar. Who else do we have on the team?
Okay, so then we have Eli. Eli's the newest person on our team. He's probably the newest in the industry as well. And what I love most about Eli, it's no secret, we're sitting down at September 2024. This is probably one of the most challenging markets that really anybody's ever seen. And I think right now might be one of the hardest times. His effort right now, it's so hard, but he's putting in so much effort. And I'm so happy and proud of that because nothing's coming easy. Doesn't matter if, I've been in the business for 10 years. I've been leading this team for 7 of the 10 years, and I am having a hard time.
I appreciate you saying that because that's the point of this. to thin the veil. We're not doing social media posts. We're not, I mean, this is ultimately going to be on YouTube. You are going to be able to watch this, but I want people to feel like they're getting a better understanding of who we are as people.
Yeah.
Like we genuinely care, you know? So that's awesome that you'd share that about Eli. Yeah, he's in the ring. He's punching every day. So
he's
that's
grinding,
a great
man.
thing. Yeah.
He really is.
And you have to. Eli was one of the first interviews that we did here on the channel, and that's why we're bringing stuff like this to YouTube and to the digital platform and to the digital space so that real estate partners can get to know us, and so can all the other amazing people in the market. So who else do we got?
Yeah, all right. So who did we roll through? I don't want to forget anybody. I think the last person that we didn't mention is Rachel Bogue,
AKA
the mortgage gal.
The mortgage gal.
Michael made everybody get a tagline, so except for me.
She's an awesome person in the office, just like an absolute like driving force here, right? She's in the office every day, and that's so cool.
She's a grinder. So Rachel, when she came into the industry, she came in very much like I did, like directly under Bridgette and I's wing. No experience. I was joking about not being able to spell mortgage. She literally couldn't spell mortgage. No, I'm just joking. But she,
St. Thomas graduate. She can certainly spell mortgage.
But she hit her 5-year anniversary with Fairway and in the business. She's 27 years old, started when she was 22. She has probably touched, I would say, well over a few thousand loans as a 27-year-old, because prior to her becoming a loan officer, she was a loan officer assistant. So she was supporting and helping. So it was a nice path for her to start here and then to get where she's at. She took the right steps and she worked very hard to get there. And I think that's one thing that people miss out on in this industry. If you're brand new and you want to come into the mortgage business, you have to start at the bottom and learn the basics and put the reps in, because if you just want to go and sell loans, you can make so many mistakes, and you can't take that lightly, because we are literally doing something for families that is the most important thing to them at that time in their entire lives. People save up for so many years to buy a home, and if you mess up their transaction, it's heart-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching. And that's why I love the steps that Rachel took to get to where she's at, because she didn't skip a step.
That's incredible. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. It sounds like everyone on the team is, and remember, I'm sitting here from the perspective of allowing you guys to come in. I want to be the bridge to this area. So I interact every day with everyone that's on the team. Absolutely love everyone on the team. But I appreciate you sharing that with me and with us, because it gives us more insight into the people that you're interacting with day in and day out.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely fantastic. So it sounds like Fairway has affected you quite a bit. Roll the sleeves up for me really quick. We touched on the career. We talked about, you're given an opportunity here with Justin, and boy, have you flourished and taken that opportunity. You've developed a team as a leader. I have personally witnessed you interact with the CEO of the company. I have witnessed you interact with other top producers in the United States. How has that kind of familial relationship or experience helped you as a family man, as a sales professional, as a person, as a leader? How have those interactions and those abilities to be around these people helped you?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a loaded question.
No, it's a great question, and it's really deep. I feel like you have to always be a student. So when we go to these events or we interact with people, and I'm interacting with you or Derek or Justin or even any loan officer on the team, like, I'm a student. I'm just trying to learn and take stuff in. So I try to listen a little bit more than I talk these days. I think earlier in my career, I might have been the first one to raise my hand and try to give an answer. But, in time and age, you kind of realize it's better to sit back and listen. It's an easier way to digest information. So just rubbing elbows with these people has given me opportunities to help so many people. Make a great living, become a better father, better husband, better leader. So I'm just a student, and I always will be, and that's kind of a philosophy that I live by. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
It does 100%. I was raised by a teacher and a coach, so I completely understand what that means. You've always got to be learning. You've always got to be growing, and I think that's a wonderful thing. So, well, we're turning the corner here. We're getting around the corner, but we're going to do more of these videos, right? I've got to come up and visit you. Where are you? So you're a full-time South Floridian, but you're also developing another area of the United States right now. You want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah. So we have our group fully based out of South Florida and throughout the state of Florida. But I also have owned real estate in Western North Carolina, Hendersonville, North Carolina, Asheville area for about 4 years now.
I hear it's gorgeous up there.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. And there's a big need for what we do in that area of Western North Carolina. So we're starting a branch in Hendersonville.
Yeah, it's already started. I mean, you guys are doing it.
It's
right?
started.
You guys are doing it, so that's a great thing.
We're meeting real estate professionals. We are trying to serve the community. It's a wonderful place and a lot of great opportunity for people to actually purchase homes. I think one of the big challenges with South Florida is affordability. Not only are the interest rates higher, and not only has property appreciated so high, but taxes go up with values.
Oh, we can go on and on and on.
Insurance is out of control. HOA fees are out of control. So there's no affordable housing. There's no middle class anymore.
Right.
What gives me a little bit of passion and drive to serve that community is a normal family can buy a home in other parts of the country. So it's kind of reinvigorating me a little bit serving that community. They have great programs.
Yeah.
So I could go on and on about Western North Carolina and my intentions to try to serve the community up there.
That's exciting. Well, what I'd like to do is hopefully I want to give you a challenge. Let's get a challenge out here. I want you and I to jump on another call, jump on like a live or something. You can be you'll be in your studio, we'll be here in this studio, and I want to ask you more questions about Hendersonville and Asheville and everything. Just learn more about the area so that we can share that video with real estate professionals and partners and just kind of peel back the onion on that.
We'll have to book you a flight before I leave today.
I'm in.
Right?
We're going to Hendersonville. So that's exciting. All right, so let's leave everyone with a why, your why, or a mic drop moment, or a piece of advice. And the reason why I allow people, it depends on who's sitting here with me. I don't know where you are on the spectrum of your career, but I did tell you I was going to do this, so we kind of prepared it ahead of time. So you have the floor. This is for you. You're talking to the people right there, but let us know what drives Brian Coutu.
Well, I do everything for my family and my wife, and that is truly my why. I want to give my kids better lives than maybe I had. And I'm not saying I had a terrible life or anything growing up, but I want my kids to have an excellent life, and that's why I work so hard every day. But my mic drop moment goes to systems and processes, right? You were talking about that, Mike.
Yes.
And I'll be completely honest with you. I might be known as one of the systems guys here at Fairway. I was taught by a guy, William Dawes, and this quote resonates
shout out
with
William
me.
Dawes. Hold on, we got to shout out William Dawes. Let's go. That's awesome.
So William Dawes coached me for a long time, and he helped me build out my loan process and my team and my flows and stuff like that. So huge shout out to him. But this is probably one of my favorite quote. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system.
Yeah,
right?
That's powerful. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. How does this impact you?
Yeah, so anybody can say that they have a huge goal or a number that they want to hit from a business perspective, right? But if you don't work backwards and create a system on how to achieve that, you're never going to get there. A goal is just out the window if you don't have a plan. And that plan needs to be accompanied with a perfect system to achieve your goal. And that's how I've grown my business year over year. One thing I'm very proud of is, we are going to do more volume in 2024 than we did in 2023. And this is probably the most, it's not probably. This is the most challenging market that I've been in my 10-year career. And our team is grinding and working hard and trying to serve our real estate community and the buyers that reach out to us. And I'm very proud of that.
I think you're doing excellent. I think there's hope and wishing and praying, and then there's doing. And my friend Brian Coutu, you are doing. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Look forward to having you. This is your platform. This is your page. This is your stuff. So our goal is to keep growing, but our system is to keep implementing what we're doing right here. So love it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.